the general feeling about the next Minnesota Vikings head coach, and we've said it on the show a couple times, is that he needs to be from an offensive background. We've had defense twice in a row with Leslie and Zimmer, and we need offense. So that way he can grow and show with the Kirk Cousins or future quarterback TBD, get Jefferson the ball, and win by 40. Try to do that. Although, it didn't work out last time. We had an offensive-minded head coach in Brad Childress back in the day. But generally, you want your offensive philosophy. You don't have a constant turnover as you have success, as you would with a defensive-minded head coach. Because defensive-minded head coach, probably calling defensive plays as well, you get a new OC and a new OC and a new OC. Either they're fired or they're hired to be a head coach somewhere else, and then you have another OC, which turned into a gong show here with the guy calling the offensive plays under the Zimmer regime, right? You look at Andy Reid and Sean McVay, stupid Sean Payton, the 12-year-old boy in Green Bay, allegedly, they run through assistants, yes, because they get hired and fired and promoted elsewhere, but the offense stays the same. You have continuity on that side of the ball, and your identity and play caller are still there. And it'd be perfect if you're matched up with a franchise level quarterback, and that's why guys like Nathaniel Hackett and Kellen Moore and Kevin O'Connell are so appealing at this point. But all that being said, yes, it would be nice if the offensive-minded head coach was fantastic at offense and mind melded with our future franchise quarterback. But if he's not a good leader, it really doesn't matter. Like, you can have X's and O's for days, but if you can't relate to people, if you can't manage people, if you can't have a positive culture in the locker room, none of this matters, as we found. So I want the best leader, the best manager of people, the best manager of the game, and the best head coach, period. That's it. If he's from the offensive side of the ball, cool. But an offensive coordinator with a challenge flag can be just as detrimental as a defense coordinator with a challenge flag, as we saw. Yeah, that's right. And Belichick, Parcells, Chuck Noll, Don Shula, Tom Landry, Mike Tomlin, all of them came from a defensive background, but they became head coach of the entire team. Like, all 53 look up to that guy as opposed to just 25, right? And all good teams are going to have their assistants coach. That's just a circle of life. If you win games, you're obviously doing something right. So coordinators will leave for head coaching jobs. Position coaches will leave for coordinator jobs if they're not promoted internally. And I want the Vikings to become the factory for coaching talent and for scouting, by the way. I want all future head coaches and coordinators to come from the Minnesota Vikings. I want this to be a Patriots-esque type tree, but actually work out in the professional ranks. And also, in terms of GM candidates as well, I want Director of College Scouting, VP of Player Personnel, to be getting those GM jobs elsewhere in the league. That's what you want to do, because it means that you built a successful culture, a successful organization, and success. That's just what happens. I mean, it's very rare, and also it speaks to the potential ambition of some of your assistants. If you keep winning, and they don't look elsewhere for another job, like, that is potentially a red flag as well. So I would be down for an offensive-minded head coach, but I want the best leader. And if that is Dan Quinn or Todd Bowles or D'Amico Ryans, guys from a defensive side of the ball, so be it. All right, but as long as they become head coach of the entire team, they empower their people, and also they open up that offense and get Justin friggin' Jefferson and Dalvin Cook and Adam Thielen and KJ Osborne and everyone else the rock. Like, I'm good with that. Like, hey, they can be a defensive-minded head coach, but don't have your offense be so stuck in the 1920s, such a conservative offensive style, because you want to protect your precious defense. Now, we ain't doing that song and dance again. Ain't gonna do it. So yeah, you can have hellacious defense, by the way, and a hellacious defense where life is easy because your offense is so good and because you're always playing with double-digit leads, so you're able to play downhill, play fast, fun, free football. That's right. How about we do that instead, or hire an offensive-minded head coach? I don't know, but either way, I've seen some of the comments is like, oh no, we need an offensive guy, blah 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 blah. Hire the best guy. Everything else will work out, right? You can hire X's and O's. You only have one CEO. You got to get that right. There you go. But your thoughts are thoughts. Why the Vikings need an offensive-minded head coach and why they don't? No. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.